When you wish upon a star.
Good morning, parents, relatives, friends, and teachers. Welcome to the third grade performance of Once Upon a Time. We are so excited to be performing in the Carlson Family Theater.
Sit back, relax in your comfortable seats, and get ready to join us in a magical journey of fairy tales through songs and dances.
Good morning, friends. I have a treat for you today. I'm going to tell you a story. It begins with the once upon a time there was a wonderful group of third graders.
Wait a minute, that sounds very familiar. Isn't that how a fairy tale begins?
Fairy tales? I love fairy tales. I read fairy tales before I go to sleep every night, and I always have exciting dreams about the stories I have read.
I was wondering, what makes a story a fairy tale?
Aren't fairy tales stories that can never really happen? Aren't they make-believe?
Well, maybe they could never really happen, but they do have a touch of magic. Because with magic and imagination, anything can happen.
Who can make anything happen? To do that, you need a magic wand or a magic power. Well, I don't have a magic wand, but I remember a fairy godmother that did.
There was a beautiful girl who was mistreated by her wicked stepmother and stepsisters. They made her wait on them hand and foot and even clean the floors and curtains.
One day, the prince decided to throw a royal ball in hopes of finding his princess. He invited all the fair maidens in the kingdom. Cinderella needed a special gown to go to the ball, but she had only rags. She also needed a coach, 2 coachmen, 4 horses, and beautiful glass slippers.
Lucky for Cinderella, she is a fairy godmother who will use her wand to make Cinderella's dreams come true. At the ball, Cinderella met her Prince Charming, and they lived happily ever after.
Cinderella, Cinderella, look what I have. It's from the prince. What does it say? It's an invitation to the ball. Oh, I can't go looking like this. Cinderella, Cinderella, where are you? Cinderella, Cinderella, where are you? Cinderella, Cinderella, where are you? What's the matter, my dear? What are you doing here? I'm here to make your dream come true. How can I do that? It's really quite simple. All you need is a wish and some magic words. Just listen. If your mind is in a dither and your heart is in a haze, I'll haze your dither and dither your haze with the magic phrase. If you're chased around by trouble and you're followed by a jinx, I'll jinx your trouble and trouble your jinx in less than 40 winks. Oh, salakadoo, a magic-a-boo, a bib That was really fun. I'm so glad that Cinderella lived happily ever after. Can you think of another fairy tale that has a touch of magic?
A touch of magic. Let me think. I'm thinking of a vain and selfish queen who spoke to a magic mirror.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
There was a lovely young girl with skin as white as snow who kept house for 7 little men. I heard they always whistled while they worked. Shh, listen, I think I hear them coming.
Goodbye, my 7 little friends. Have a good day at work.
Goodbye, Snow White, and remember, don't let anyone in.
We dig, 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 dig in our mind the whole day through. To dig, 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 dig is what we like to do. And while we dig, we always sing, for when we dig, there ain't a better thing than a tune, than a tune. You can whistle or can croon. Hi ho, to make our troubles go. Just keep on singing all day long. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. Or if you're feeling low, you positively can't go wrong with a hi. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. It's all you really know. Hi, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. All 7 in a row. Hi, hi ho.
I like that fairy tale. It was another happy story where a girl's dreams come true.
I know another one. How about a boy carved out of wood who had a very strange nose that kept getting longer and longer each time he told a lie?
I remember, that was Pinocchio. It was that touch of magic that changed him from a wooden puppet into a real boy.
There, he's finished. He almost looks like he's alive. Wouldn't it be nice if he were a real boy? I wish my little Pinocchio would be a real boy.
Poor Geppetto, if only your wish could come true. Hey, who is that? As a living, breathing super fairy.
Poor Geppetto, you have been so good and kind to others. You deserve to have your wish come true.
Look. I can move. I can talk. I can dance.
We all can dance.
I've got no strings to hold me down, to make me fret or make me frown. I had strings, but now I'm free. There are no strings on me. Hi ho, the merry-o, I'm as happy as can be. I want the world to know
I hadn't thought of this story as a fairy tale, but it was written for children and certainly has magic. A special lady floated down from the sky to take care of two children, Jane and Michael Banks.
She had a magical bag and a magical umbrella. She made medicine taste good and cleanup time fun.
She even took the children dancing on rooftops with Bert the chimney sweeps. I think they called her a nanny.
That was Mary Poppins.
Let's watch Mary, Bert, and the chimney sweeps kick up their heels and step in time.
Kick your knees up, step in time. Kick your knees up, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Kick your knees up, step in time. Link your elbows, step in time. Link your elbows, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Link your elbows, step in time. Spin about and step in time. Spin about and step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Spin about and step in time. Round the chimney, step in time. Round the chimney, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Round the chimney, step in time. Flap like a birdie, step in time. Flap like a birdie, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Flap like a birdie, step in time. Step in time, step in time. Step in time, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Step in time, you step in time.
Let's see. We've had a magic wand, a magic mirror, and a magic umbrella. Do we have anything else that is magical?
How about a magical place called Neverland? That's a place where lost boys and pirates never grow up.
Yes, Peter Pan led the Lost Boys in a fight against Captain Hook and his band of pirates.
Wait, Peter, it's not safe.
Hey, Captain Hook, what are you doing? Shh, I'm looking for the captain of the Lost Boys, Peter Pan. 'Twas he who cut off my arm and threw it to a crocodile. That croc liked the taste of my arm so much that he's been following me around ever since, from land to land, sea to sea. But by some lucky chance, he swallowed a clock.
A clock?
Aye, and it goes tick-tock within him, so before he could catch me, I could hear the tick-tock and run. What was that?
The croc? The croc!
Never smile at a crocodile. No, you can't get friendly with a crocodile. Don't be taken in by his welcome grin. He's imagining how well you fit within his skin. Never smile at a crocodile. Never tip your
I've been thinking of stories that are about animals. Do you know the story of the Lion King?
That's my favorite. Remember how Simba and Nala were always trying to outsmart Zazu?
Simba was in a hurry to grow up. He just couldn't wait to be king. Let's watch them now.
It certainly would take a touch of magic to make animals talk, and the gang from the 100-Acre Wood did a lot of that. Listen, isn't that rabbit talking to Pooh, Piglet, Roo, and Eeyore right now? You know, Tigger's getting so bouncy these days that it's time we taught him a lesson. Don't you think so, Piglet?
Yes, Rabbit. I think if we could think of a way to unbounce him, it would be a very good idea. Well, I do say now, you can't just stop an animal like Tigger from bouncing. It's simply a part of who he is.
What do you say, Pooh? Extremely.
Extremely what?
What you were saying, undoubtedly.
Haven't you been listening to what Rabbit was saying?
I listened, but I had a small piece of fluff in my ear. Could you say it again? Please, Rabbit?
Well,
Rabbit was just saying we must think of a way to get the bounce of Tigger.
Oh, Tigger.
Sorry, gang. I just can't seem to get the bounce out of me.
The wonderful thing about Tiggers, yes, Tiggers are wonderful things. Their tops are made out of rubber, their bottoms are made out of strings. They're bouncy, trouncy, flouncy, bouncy, fun, 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 fun. But the most wonderful thing about Tiggers, he's the only one. The wonderful thing about Tiggers is Tiggers are wonderful chaps. They're loaded with memory, with vigor.
toys. What about the boy Andy? He sure had a great collection of toys.
Wait, where's Bo Peep? Bo Peep is missing.
Andy, let's go. Molly's already in her car seat.
Okay, Mom. Just can't find Bo Peep.
Did you hear that, gang? Bo Peep is missing.
Or we can't leave her from behind. If we have to, we'll search to infinity and beyond.
Yeehaw! I love an adventure.
All right, everybody, you know the drill. Let's move, move, move.
Wait! There's a snake in my boot! I'm Bo Peep. I'm lost and I can't find my sheep. Yeah, it's you. It's really you. I'm so glad you found me.
We are too.
Woody, you're such a good friend.
Thanks, Bo.
Woody once risked his life to save me. We couldn't call each other friends if we weren't willing to do the same.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Oh, you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. Some folks might be a little smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, maybe, but none of them will ever love you the way I do. Just me and you, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Yeehaw!
That was great. Now let's see what we can remember.
If a story's to be a fairy tale, then it must reign for
Children.
And it absolutely must have
A touch of magic.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. When you wish upon a star, your dreams
Mrs. Montgomery, thank you for assisting with the choreography and for making some of our costumes.
Thank you, Mrs. Falk, for making some of our beautiful costumes. We would also like to thank Mrs. Falk and Miss Banks for helping us backstage.
A huge thank you to the Carlson Family Theater crew for lighting, staging, and sound. We would also like to thank Laura Conklin, Casey Cuffey, and Matthew Powers for making some of our props.
Our class would like to thank Mrs. Shisley for accompanying us on the piano and for making some of our costumes. Ms. Chalino, you have been terrific. From all of us, a great big thank you.
It has been wonderful to have our family and friends here today. We hope you enjoyed Once Upon a Time. Remember, when you wish upon a star, your dreams come true.
Boys and girls, you were absolutely fabulous. I know I speak for all of us. We could just burst. Take another well-deserved bow. I want to thank you for this beautiful gift you left us with this morning. I also want to add my thanks to Miss Chalino, Mrs. Shisley, Mrs. Montgomery, and the theater crew. Thank you all. I also want to thank our incredible third grade team of teachers that helped to prepare for today and who inspire our children every day. Would Mrs. Brennan, Miss Banks, Miss Kessler, Mrs. Falk, Mrs. Watkins, and Mr. Frog please stand? And boys and girls, as Walt Disney said, and you said today, all our dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. And we wish you all great courage and big, lofty dreams. Parents, I'm going to ask you to go to the Zimmett Plaza, the boys and girls, the stars of the show. We'll meet you shortly. They're going to have their mics removed. And after some hugs and kisses and photo ops, they'll have a cast party later today. Thank you so much for coming.